Oh, good. The air just came on. Awesome. Let's see how long it takes me today to find the video on my television. Or just how long it takes me to find the remote to turn on the television. Chicka chicka bow. Somebody needs to come over here and clean this table. Bow, chicken bow wow. Oh look, I figured out how to find it. But is the audio working? Audio's working. Okay. Mute that. Put that over there. All right. Hey everybody. I need to I put up my tree and put 1700 lights on it. And then I was like, I'm just gonna put some little cute tinsel on here. Well, I put the cute tinsel on there and then I said, this is not working for me. So I took the tinsel off and I put the whole put all of it on there. I was just like, this is not doing it for me. This is not giving me the feels. So I was like, what can I do to this tree? There's crap everywhere. Deal with it. And I was like, I don't want to do something I've already done, and I don't want to spend a lot of money. So I bought a bag of oranges. Hey, Patty. I bought a bag of oranges, and I'm like, we're gonna just do a cute, like, uh, natural tree, kinda. I went to La Roca Grosseria, and I got some giant Mexican cinnamon sticks. These they're already done. I already glued stuff on them. So I'm just gluing twine to stuff. And I said, you know what? Let me go live. Because I was just gonna sit here and listen to a book. And I said, no, you know what? Let me go live. Let me go live and see what my friends are doing. So my glue gun is heating up. Y'all, this project. I know y'all can't see over there, but like that's got to be a project I work on pretty soon because it's the mess. And look, I have a cracked. I kept getting seal failures on one of my when I was canning, and I was like, is it the same jar? And it is because there's a see right there, see right there. So now we have a craft jar. Look what we're gonna do with our craft jar. Perfect. Well, kind of perfect. All right, I'm gonna figure out how long I need to make a little loop on here. That's probably good. I hate the vertical video. I hate it, but YouTube told me to do that, so that's what we're doing. So that should be, yeah, whatever. So how's everybody doing? Who likes who? Why are these scissors so crappy? Whose tree is decorated? Who still needs to decorate? Okay, I need my other scissors. Sorry, business. Of course, they're underneath you. Yeah, business is not impressed. He's like, "What are you doing? Quit making noise." That's better. Come lay down. Come on, come over here. You okay, Miss Shonda? You better decorate. Take a little YouTube break. Put down a wand. Sit down. Watch a little bit of the YouTube. I went by my mom's house today because I was like, I need you to buy me a bag of walnuts. She said, "What are you doing with walnuts?" I said, "I'm gonna put them on my tree." She said, "Well, I have walnuts in the refrigerator." I said, "No, Mom, I need walnuts in the shell." Um, because I did not want to go to Walmart today, so I had her pick those up for me. And I went over there this morning. They were She lives around the corner from a school, and anytime the school has a function, there's just like cars everywhere. Like just they're parked in front of her house. She calls the police on them because they're blocking her driveway. They're blocking her mailbox. So I'm going to her house, and I didn't realize when I'm on the way to her house, and she doesn't tell me that there's something going on at school. So there's cars everywhere, and I'm like trying to get down the street, and I was like, oh my god, these cars, like these people. So I get out the car, I pull in her driveway, and there's this other car like pulling out her neighbor's driveway, and it's this giant SUV. And I got out the car, and I was like, all of these effing people, these effing idiots, I'm like saying all this stuff loudly because I'm aggravated. And all of a sudden, like I hear, "Hey Adam," and I turn around, and it's one of my doctors, uh, whose kid goes to the school. And I was like, "Oh, hi, did you hear all that?" She's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Sorry." But she said, "Is that your mom?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, she just gave me a piece of paper because my husband, he was driving down the street in their giant SUV, and there was a car parked basically in the street, and I guess he hit the side view mirror." And she was like, "Yeah, we kind of got in a little thing, so I wanted a piece of paper so I could write down my insurance information." I was like, "Oh." I was like, "So, yeah, sorry about me screaming the F word in front of your kid, but get the hell out the way." All right, I cut a couple of these. Business. What are you doing? What are you so upset about? Come on, come lay right here. I'm sorry that I dropped a bag on you. I think you're gonna be okay though. We'll talk about it in therapy. Y'all, he's triggered. He needs me to get a sponsorship with BetterHelp so he can go to therapy. I wish I had one of those little I probably have one somewhere, those little finger things. All right, so let's do that 100 times. I used to have a dehydrator. I don't know what happened to it. I think I got rid of it because why did I have a dehydrator to begin with? I think just to make fruit leather. Um, but I just put these in my oven. On the lowest my oven will go is 170, so I put it in there for like 5 hours. And this is like the third batch I made because um I was using my mandolin on the first two batches, uh, and they got a little thin, and then they got a little brown. And I don't care that they're like, I'd rather them look like this instead of looking like those fake, you see those fake orange slices they put on decoration sometimes? I am doing I think it's gonna end up being like my $5 tree because that's how much the bag of oranges costs, and I was like, I don't wanna buy like, I don't wanna buy a bunch of ornaments and then first of all, I just didn't wanna buy a bunch of ornaments. But with this afterwards, I can get rid of all of this because 'cause I'm not gonna be able to keep dried oranges from year to year unless I, like, um, store them, like, in something with, like, an oxygen absorber because I already had some of these that I put on my tray just when I was like, "Oh, okay," the first batch I did, they're already starting to soften because it's so damn humid here. So I didn't wanna spend money buying ornaments and then having I bought some little I went to Dollar Tree and got some stuff that I thought I could use. Um, yeah, I guess I could break off the hot glue and just put them outside for the birds. But, like, I have a bag of walnuts, and I'm just gonna glue some strings on those, and I told my mom, I was like, "You can use these afterwards." And, like, I have some pecans, that were foraged. My mom says foraged, I say, "You stole those from the neighbor's yard." But you can just I mean, I'll be able to rip the hot glue off, throw the jute away, and, she can crack the nuts and use them for something. I went to, let me can I move this some so y'all can actually see a little better? Maybe? I want y'all to, be able to see me, so y'all know how to do this. Y'all know how to glue strings on things. I went to I went to Dollar Tree yesterday looking for cinnamon sticks because I saw some, but I think it was at the Dollar Tree, um, in New Orleans because I went to one of the one closest to me that just reopened after they closed it, and they reopened it, like, 3 years later, looking for cinnamon sticks. I know they sell them. I saw them somewhere at a Dollar Tree. I just don't know which one because we have 42 of them now. So I went looking for them and I couldn't find them. So then I went to the other Dollar Tree this morning and they didn't have them. And I was like, maybe they have them at Dollar General. So I went to Dollar General. Yeah, Shonda, if you need to, you'll be able to watch the replay and, you'll be able to go back so you get all the technicalities of how to glue strings to things. So I went to Dollar General and I'm like looking and I'm like, okay, they don't have cinnamon sticks here either. But they had quart jars and I bought a bunch of chickens yesterday again because they were 2.39 for a rotisserie chicken at Walmart. I bought 3 of them. I would go pick them, can them for the dog, make chicken broth because that's all I've been eating really is chicken broth. Um, anyway, they had quart jars at Dollar General, and it was a 4-pack, and I was like, "Oh, that's great. I don't have to buy a whole case because I don't can in quart jars because it's too much for me." I'm never gonna be like, "Man, I wish I had a whole quart jar full of, whatever." So, they had a 4-pack, and I was like, "Oh, I'll get this." So I go to check out, and I don't know if y'all Dollar Generals are like this where nobody works there. Like, you may see somebody occasionally, but, like, there's no cashiers, there's just, like, a self-checkout. Sometimes maybe it's just when I'm there because 'cause I'm always there, like, early in the morning. Maybe later on, they'll have a cashier available, but every time I'm in there, it's just a self-checkout. So I go to checkout, and there's a cashier open, and he's like, "I'll take you right here," and I was just gonna go to the self-checkout, but I was like, "Okay, so I have these quart jars." Now, y'all know, quart jars are double the size of this. Like, if you don't know, they're big jars. Oh, something's making noise outside. So, I get the pack, it's 4 of them in there, and I'm like, they're $6, which is not a great deal. I coulda got them cheaper if I had just bought a case, but I don't want a whole case of quar anyway, go to checkout, and the guy says, "Oh, you need something to store your weed in?" And I was like, "Excuse me, sir, first of all, if I had weed that would take up 4 quarts worth of mason jars, I would not be shopping at Dollar General. If I had that kind of weed money, I would not be shopping at Dollar General, sir. Secondly, I'm gonna go home and make some broth. and I'm gonna can it so I can have a stable, shelf-stable broth on my pantry shelves. So, he checks me out, it's like $16 with all the other crap I have, and I go to tap my card, and I'm like, "It's not doing anything." He's like, "Oh, your card's probably not working." I was like, "My card's working. Listen, I don't spend all my money on pot, I have plenty of money." And he's like, "Oh, try to insert it." So I'm like, "Okay, well, what's the point of having the chip if you do—" Anyway, insert it, and as I'm inserting it, like, it's ringing up on the little keypad thing, and I'm like, "I don't know what's going on." And he's like, "Oh, let me see." So he's, like, trying to figure out what's going on. Then he's like, "You know what? It's frozen. Let me go get somebody." So he, like, leaves. "Hi, Leanne." He leaves, and then he comes back and he's like, "She's gonna take you over there because this is not working." I was like, "Listen, I'm just gonna go to the self-checkout." So he says, "Okay." So everybody behind me, like, the whole reason I was going to self-checkout was because he said, "She's gonna take you over there," and everybody behind me beelined it to get in front of me, and I was like, "Mm-mm, Dollar General, I'm not playing with you today." So I went to the self-checkout, and everything was already in bags because he was ringing me up. So I took my little ornaments I got out of the bag, I took my drink out of the bag and rang it up, and then I saw the canning jars that were already in the bag, and I had them off to the side because I was gonna have to take them out of the bag to ring them up again, and then I said, "You know what? No." I said, "I'm not ringing up these jars. I'm not doing it." So I got some free jars today. "Oh, thanks, Leanne." "Which one?" Because I gave my mom a Tabasco. Was it a Tabasco? Um, the one with the pumpkin that has been hanging on my kitchen wall since I finished that video? But remember I made 2 tobacco basket videos, and one of them's in my mom's house. But that one's got sunflowers on it, I think. The one in my kitchen has pumpkins, a pumpkin. But yeah, y'all, I'm a criminal. I stole $6 worth of jars. Oh, cool. But seriously, I don't understand, like, the Dollar General thing because I coulda walked out of there I coulda stolen whatever I wanted and just walked out of there because there's never anybody there. I've already been in there, walked around, not seen a person anywhere, and then checked out with not a person up there to see what I'm doing. So, I mean, that's a tip from me to you to save some money this Christmas. Just go to Dollar General, walk out with whatever you want. They don't care. That's a Christmas hack. So I came home, I picked my 3 rotisserie chickens. No Hobby Lobby order, but you got Dollarama. Like, I would trade I don't I would no, I wouldn't trade Dollar General. Maybe I would. Maybe I would. Did I have a self-checkout? Because, I don't pay for things anymore. That's my new thing this year. 2024, I'm not paying for anything. I went to Hobby Lobby the other day. Um, what did I go there for? I went there I don't oh, no, what did I go there for? I went there for something specific. And I was like, I know I told my mom, I was like, "I'm gonna go to Hobby Lobby and, um, Walmart because I just got my car fixed. $600 later, I just needed an oil change, whatever." Um, and I was like, "I can finally drive again, so I think I'm gonna go, like, just have, like, a cute day out at, Hobby Lobby and the good Walmart." And I walked in Hobby Lobby and I was like, "I don't know why I come here. I'm never gonna buy anything." Well, I spent like $60 just buying random crap. Ah, that's hot. Look at that. I almost cut the right amount, the right number of this one's kind of goofy looking, but so am I. I also saw Dollar Tree had canning lids. They were like, I think it was a 10 pack for $1.25, or might have been a 12 pack. And I looked it up. You know, I had like 3 packs because I was like, that's a good price. So I looked it up while I'm like waiting in line to check out. And everybody's like, oh, don't use these. And then somebody was saying, why would you buy them from Dollar Tree when you could get them from Dollarama? And I was like, I don't have a Dollarama. I'm not Canadian, unfortunately. But apparently, they have a really good deal on the Bernardin canning lids at Dollarama. Look at that one. I wish they all look like, well, not like that, but like, you know, like see how the orange part of the orange like pulls forward, depending on how you had them on the rack on the pan. I'm kind of worried that I'm gonna wake up in like a week and my entire Christmas tree is gonna be covered in ants. Which my entire kitchen's already covered in ants, so I guess it won't be that big of a deal. Yeah, see, you want to put the glue in it and you want to hold this down like that. That's how you do that. Well, like they're pretty dry, but like it's New Orleans. They're gonna get soft. All right, so those are done. I'm afraid to move this because he's gonna freak out. Wait, hold on. My ants were so bad here the other day. I took the dog and I was like, we go into MAMAS's house because I can't say that because um he'll want to go to my mom's house. So I was like, listen, we're going. I put him outside, and then once he was outside, I took the like I don't like to use. Oh, I don't like to use like the straight up poison because of the dog. So I put him outside. I took the Raid, you know, extra deadly, gonna cause birth defect spray, and I sprayed the entire perimeter of my kitchen. I sprayed all along the counters. I sprayed along the windows, and I was like, okay, we're gonna go to we're gonna go see mom for like 3 hours. It's for the while this house airs out. Do share, please share. Yeah, so somebody sent me money to buy lights for my Christmas tree. I was like, oh, I was like, that's so sweet. We have a good community here. All right, those are done. So walnuts in shell. Look, now he's getting up again because he thinks that's a treat for him. Chenevier. It's pronounced Chenevier. Everybody says Chenevert, and if you say Chenevier, then it's like impossible. Like they're like, wait, how many S's is that? And I'm like, no, it's just it's Chenevert, CH, but it's Chenevier. It means green oak in French. I know she was like, "Buy you some lights," and I was like, "Oh my god, really?" I'm not used to nice people, like, I'm used to Jen bullying me. Yep. Whenever my grandma whenever we would say Shenavert, she'd be like, "That's not your last name." And I was like, "Grandma, it's too hard for people." Which I don't know why it's so hard when everybody down here I mean, I'm in New Orleans, everybody has a French name, basically. "Can you maybe sit there? Can you maybe lay down again? You look so sweet with your bow tie on, business." Everybody online is telling me that right now. A bunch of you can't see. No, you can't see. But a lot of people say that you look handsome with your bow tie on. She's probably doing something with them damn kids. Probably at some kind of ice festival, at a snowman fest or something. Probably at Disney on Ice with them damn kids. I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but like, you're gonna miss me gluing strings to oranges to spend time with your children and your husband. I don't know. It just seems kind of selfish to me. Like, oh, she said, "Oh, I'm driving. I can't type. I can listen, but I can't comment." Oh, pull over on the side of the road then. Damn. You know what's gonna happen? She's not here, and she's gonna try to glue oranges on her tree, and she's not gonna know how. So, but I ain't gonna say nothing about that. But I'm gonna pray for her. Yeah, she's in Florida. What are you doing outside? You don't need to be outside. Get inside. Get in the air conditioning. She gonna get her ass ate by an alligator. What were you crafting, Leanne? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She gonna say, "Oh God, my aunt's got in my Timu hair." Because I'm not one to talk trash about anybody, but y'all know she wears hair from Timu. Which who am I to talk? Because I bought a pair of veneers from Timu because I said, what could be wrong? What could go so wrong with me buying these veneers for $1.89 from Timu? Y'all, when I tell you it was nightmare fuel when I put those things in, I was like, oh my god, I look like Gary Busey. Just these giant white teeth. Speaking of Timu, I bought these little bitty hook eyes, and I was like, oh, these walnuts are so cool. Um, I bought these little bitty hook eyes, and I was gonna find them and screw them on here, but we all know I'm not gonna be able to find them before Christmas. They somewhere in the house. Wow, that's a lot. Honey, I put them teeth in and I said, Mama, Mama, how do I look? And she was like, what the hell's wrong with you? And I was like, these are my Timu teeth. All right, how are we gonna do this, y'all? Um, because I don't want like a hmm. Hey Missy. Oh, I am not the person to learn crochet from. Ow! I am burning the crap out of my fingers, but it's okay. The things I do for Christmas. I think walnuts are super cool. I was gonna gild these, and then I was like, we're not gonna do all of that this year. Maybe next year. Maybe next year I'll gild a bunch of walnuts. If you're looking at crochet, I like Fiber Flux, um, Hooked by Robin on YouTube, and Joanna Martinez. I think Joanna Martinez is the one. Like, cause I always say, like, when you're trying to learn something with gold leaf, because I don't know why I have so much gold leaf in this house. I'm like Liberace. When you're trying to learn some like a skill, like crochet or whatever, like I think ow, I am literally gonna have blisters on my fingers from doing this. Um, like I think I said it in the bow making video. Um, like if you're watching me and you don't grasp how to make the bow, then I'm not the person to teach you. Like, even though I'm showing you like this is how I do it, my style of teaching you might not be conducive to your style of learning. So you have to find whoever is going to teach you in a way that you understand it. And I mean, I watch so many people. Like because all I wanted to do was make the virus shawl, the crochet virus shawl. Um, and I watched so many videos, and I was like, I just cannot get this. And when I finally found, I think it was probably Joanna Martinez, just the way that she broke it down and was just like, hey, this is how you do this. Um, I was like, wait a minute, I finally understand. Like, oh, okay, it's not as difficult. I tend to make things a lot more difficult for myself. Like I'm like, oh, well, I don't think I'm ever gonna do that. But until you actually like do it, you don't know that you can't do it. And even when you find out how to do it and then you can't do it, it's usually just because you haven't found someone who speaks to, what works for you. Because I'm still like constantly shocked when somebody's like, oh, thank God for this video. Now I know how to do this. And I'm like, oh, y'all, somebody actually learned something from me because, my videos are all over the place. But sometimes it just takes the right person showing you in the right way. I am so interested in these walnuts. Well, thank you, Leanne. I always wanted to be a teacher, but I was too afraid of teenagers. That's a good one. See, that was one of those videos I made because I was looking up how to do it, I was looking at crochet balls and I was like, why are people charging so much money for this? It's a chain of crochet and a styrofoam ball. It's the same thing with those fabric ornaments. There was somebody on Etsy charging like $45 for one. And I was like, you charging $45 for one ornament? I said, I made this for $1.15. but I also don't like gatekeeping when it comes to, like, crafting. Like, all these people that have, like, these paid wreath groups, like, no, ma'am. No. I don't think, like, knowledge should be monetized like that. See, I don't wanna keep smashing this down with my thumb, but, it makes the glue go matte, so you can't really see it. Y'all, Imma have ants and chipmunks in my house. Oh my god. Last night when I went to bed, I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna film me one of those days because it's Vlogmas right now, so everybody's posting them doing absolutely nothing worth recording. I was like, "I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I'm gonna film me a day in the life." And when I woke up, I was like, "What is that noise?" And it was raining so hard. This was at like I guess it was like 3:30. I was like, "What is that noise?" And I got up and like I tried to take the dog OUT, and I was like, "Oh, it's raining so hard I can't even see my car in the driveway." But I was like, "I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna film me making a coffee. I'm gonna film me picking some chicken. I'm gonna film me making some chicken broth." And I was like, "You know what? I'm not doing all of that." I don't think we have chipmunks here. Yeah, that's why I didn't do the gold leaf because I was like, I guess you could paint I guess you could gold leaf them and you could still crack the nut and get the meat out, but I'm just trying to get something on my tray, something cute. That's a big one. These are so cool. Like what else can I do with walnuts? Because I guess I'm like, oh, it's like wood you can buy at the grocery store. I use it's called metal leaf adhesive from I think it's from Beacon. But if you don't have that, you can use Miss Shonda's gonna know what it's called. The stuff, tack it over and over from Aleene's or the re-stick it. Oh my god, Darlene, I have the funniest story about that. I had mice like a couple weeks ago. Like I kept seeing some, like you see a mouse out like at the corner of your eye. You see something go, and I'm like, what is that? And my neighbor has just like this pile of crap in his yard, and I think that's where the mice keep coming from. So I'm like, what is that? So I put down some traps and I caught one, and then I caught another one, and then I caught another one, and then I was looking for something, and then I was like, okay, I think that's all of them, because there's never just one. There's always like three. Um, and then I was looking for a book in my office, and I made this. This was like a year or two ago. This paper mache little ghost thing, and I was looking at it, and I was like, oh no, my ghost thing broke, and I picked it up, and its face was chewed off, and I was like, oh, that's why there were mice in my office, because it's not like there was any food back there for them. I was like, "Oh, they were eating my paper mache, awesome." Yeah, I put glue on that one and I didn't cut a string. I've never had mice in any house that I've ever lived in except for this one. let me try something here. Let's see. Yeah, wait, but let's start working smarter over here. Is this gonna be too big? Right, that's too big. What else do we have? That's gonna be about perfect, huh? Yep. We got a lot of nuts to glue, y'all. I feel so bad too because they're so cute, but I'm like, listen, I don't crap on the floor. My dog doesn't crap on the floor. You're not gonna crap on my floor, mice. I'm sorry. Like, you're very cute, but I'm gonna have to put you in the freezer. Come on, Sally. Oh. There we go, y'all. Now we're cooking with grease. Oh no. Listen, I got 3 of the mice. There were probably 4, and one of them went outside and was like, listen, that dude's a psycho. Don't go in that house. You'll never believe what he did to Craig. It was Craig and Becky and Antoine. I think that's what I named. Well, he said Craig was minding his own business, eating dog food, and he closed the dog food bag, and then he hit the dog food bag up against the wall, and then he put the dog food bag in a freezer, and then he put the dog food bag in a garbage. Because you know that mouse didn't run outside and tell you. You better watch out. There's a vicious dog in that house. He said, "No, the dog's not the problem. That guy's a psycho." Oh, y'all, this one's cracked. Wait a minute now. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That one piece. Oh, it's kind of dried up. Probably because it was cracked open. Yeah, I'm hopefully going to film that tomorrow. The tree video. Oh, this is so cool. I'm going to be a walnut crafting channel now. Look at that. Like I've never opened a nut before. Like, look at this. Look at nature. I can't believe Jen's missing this. You know what? We're going to put this in my nut jar right here. This is a nut jar now. This is so much more fun when I've got people to talk to. The last live I did, I was like, where it was like 40 minutes and nobody was there. But then the people showed up. Oh, that was when I was wrapping. I was like, what was I doing? But I was wrapping presents. Y'all, not only do I have a tree up this year, but my presents are underneath it. And as long as a certain someone doesn't pee on them, my mom was like, that dog's gonna pee on them presents. I said, he doesn't pee on presents. Although I was worried today because he was like, I am not going outside in that rain. And I was like, you know what? I don't blame you. I've been having a lot of sinus problems this year too. Also, the day after I wrapped the Christmas tree, I don't know if y'all, well, you can't really see because like in the morning when I wake up, this finger is like this, and this one, it's these two fingers. Like I wake up and my hands like this. And I was like, that doesn't really work for me. Like I got stuff to do, and it's not like I can just take a break. My mom was like, you just need to take a break and not do anything. I was like, not do anything. What am I supposed to do all day if I'm not doing anything? Just watch a movie. Just hang. I was like, no, no. I gotta pick these chickens. I gotta murder mice. Listen, I got stuff going on. But I made an appointment to go see a doctor at the hand clinic. I said, now wait a minute. There's a hand clinic. So I'm gonna roll up in there on the 14th and say, I want a cortisone shot here, here. Do this hand while you're at it. Let's just get that over with. And then can you do a couple in my back? I want to leave that hand clinic filled with roid rage. Yo, that was a pound of walnuts. That's a lot of walnuts. So my mom was like, how many bags you want? I was like, I don't know how many nuts are in the bag. But I'm glad I only got one bag because that's gonna be plenty. This video is sponsored by Pepsi Zero Sugar. Pepsi Zero Sugar needs to sponsor me because these 6 packs are $5 now. I don't have no. I said, y'all over here trying to charge me $5 for a cold drink. I think they changed Coke Zero. I don't like Coke Zero anymore. And I used to just drink Mountain Dew. Diet Mountain Dew, obviously. And then I stopped liking that too. I said, y'all not charging me $5 for some sugar water? You know what? I should have just gotten them from Dollar General because then they would have been free 99. I used to really like Coke Zero, but it's like, I don't know. Watch, I'm not gonna post a video for like 3 months, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, everybody, I went to jail for stealing from Dollar General." Oh, look, here's the, they were $4.28 for that whole bag. Darling, we grew up drinking. My mom made iced tea every day for like that's what we had for dinner. Like she made a pitcher of iced tea every day for dinner, and I think I like got burnt out on it. Um, but we go to El Paso, so I can have chicken nachos every once in a while, and I didn't like they had Diet Coke there, and I was like, this Diet Coke doesn't taste right, so I got an iced tea. I've been so into iced tea ever since. Somebody needs to bail me out. I said, "Excuse me, officer. There are people on YouTube incorrectly gluing things to other things. I need to get out of here. I need to see my friends." Oh no, this one's ugly. Too ugly for my tree. My mom picks up these pecans. This is a pecan or a pecan, if you want to aggravate me. My mom picks up these pecans when she goes. She's got two people around. They have pecan trees everywhere down here. Um, but she picks them up when she takes her dog for a walk, and just from she picks up like 20 a day, just like whatever's on the ground. She doesn't go into the person's yard. It's just like whatever's on the sidewalk, whatever's on like the side of the street, whatever. She picks up a couple a day. She's got 5-gallon bags in her freezer. Because when I was making the sweet potato casserole, she's like, "You need pecans?" And I was like, "I have some at home." And she's like, "You want some of these?" And she opened the freezer, and I was like, "Oh my god, mom!" I was like, we need to start a business." My grandpa, and this was when I was a kid too. He was dating this woman at they ended up moving in together, but she had a massive, I mean like a massive, looked like an oak tree. It was so big, a massive pecan tree in her backyard, and we went there so my mom could get pecans because my mom's like the pecan pie person. That's like her thing. And we went there and they had one of those little rolly things, where you roll it and it picks up all the pecans. And I tried to find a like a U pick farm where me and my mom could go to pick pecans, but I couldn't find one because I think that's fun. Like that's something like I won't go apple. Well, not that I could go apple picking here, but I was like, "Is there a pecan farm we can go to?" She's like, "Why do we need to go to a farm? I can just steal them from my neighbor." This one's got a crack in it, but I guess that's okay because it's going on a tree. Yeah, there's. Oh, anybody want to see how to peel a pecan? Here you go. Hopefully you do it a little cleaner than that. Yeah, I watched a video of the this guy rolled like a it's like our pecan harvest. Like these people, they bought they bought property that had a bunch of pecans on it. So they hired somebody to come out and shake the trees. When I tell you this guy rolled up in some Mad Max looking like, I was like, is that thing handmade? Like it looked like something out of Mad Max with the thing on the front and it shook the trees and like all it was all just pecan, like thousands of pecans falling out. And I was like, that's what I need. I need to drive one of these Mad Max machines over to my mom's neighbor's house and shake that tree. I don't like pecans too much. Or do I? No, I don't like them. I'm not a big nut eater though. I think if I had ever had like property, I would want pecan trees. Just because like when you think about like planting like fruit trees and stuff, like they're so susceptible to like insect pressure, and pecan trees are just like, nope, you listen, I'm inside of this thing. You're not getting at me. All right, that pecan wasn't bad. I don't know that I need another one though. Oh crap. I gotta tell y'all, this is a lot more enjoyable than sitting here doing it by myself, listening to a book. I would like a fig tree too. I used to have a fig tree, but then I hit it with my car. And every time I had a fig on it, a possum would eat it. So, oh, I don't know. Look at this. That's see, that's not what you want to do. You want to make it nice. Tell y'all, the day after Christmas, my mom was gonna be over here wanting her pecans back so she can bake some with them. I don't know what the hell is going on outside, but there's a lot of noise outside my window. Which there shouldn't be any noise because outside my window is my driveway, and there should not be anybody in my driveway. Probably my crackhead neighbors outside doing crack in my driveway. There was this where when I used to walk, um, there was this massive fig tree along my walking route, and for whatever reason, they got rid of it, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Because I've been trying to buy figs. I can't find figs anywhere because I want to make fig preserves. Can't find them anywhere. I found them. This one's cracked too, but eh. They're like $7.99 for like this little bitty pack, like a 12-ounce package, and I needed like 3 pounds. And I was like, well, nope. I know they have them at. I know I bought them at Whole Foods before, but I think they were very expensive there too. And I think I'm done. I think I'm done making jams and jellies because I'm like, from now on, I'm only canning stuff that I can eat. And I can't can chicken nachos, which is very upsetting. But y'all, if any of y'all can, oh my god, my finger. If any of y'all can, y'all need to look up Christmas jam. Oh my god. I saw a bunch of people on YouTube talking about, oh yeah, I gotta make my Christmas jam. I make Christmas jam every Christmas. And I said, Carol, what the hell is a Christmas jam? It's cranberries, strawberries, and oranges with orange zest, cloves, cinnamon, and maybe allspice. I don't know what the spices are, but it's like Christmassy spices. And I made it, and I was like, I was doing it, and I was like, oh, I can't find for frozen strawberries anyway either. Um, but I made a batch, and I was like, okay, it's like soup, like it's like fluorescent red. I guess because like the cranberries are really red, the strawberries are really red, and then you have the orange that makes it like this really vivid red color. Um, I watched a video on black walnuts about like how hard they are to get them out of their husk. They're like rolling over them with cars and stuff. I was like, that's too much. That is too much to do. But I made the jam, and there's always a little bit in the bottom of a pan that doesn't, it's not enough to fill a whole nother jar. So like I let it set up, and then I stuck my spoon in there. When I tell y'all, I could have just eaten that entire. I should have just opened one of the jars and just sat there and ate it. It was so good. You bought Christmas jam at the Christmas tree farm? I was like, I have got to figure out how to make this without sugar because I was like, I will put this on everything. I'll put this on chicken and cook it. I will put this in my oatmeal. I was about to say I'm missing a bag, but look, I got these giant bells. Do we see what we're going for here? Like I live on a farm. Yeah, it's probably like I'm probably doing this because all I watch is homesteading videos because every night I go to sleep and I'm like, dear God, are you there, God? It's me, Adam. Thank you for not letting me die today and that the dog didn't pee all over the floor. Will you please let me win Powerball so I can buy a homestead and raise chickens? Amen. So I'm not asking for much, y'all. I just want to grow a bunch of tomatoes and banana peppers. Are you there, God? It's me, Adam. If you let me win Powerball, I'll buy a farmstead and start a donkey rescue because I will not have animals. I will have meat chickens. I'm not raising beef. I'm not going to raise meat chickens or meat birds. I'm not going to raise all of these animals to eat. I'm going to have me chickens and I'm going to have me like 35 donkeys. I'm gonna have rescue donkeys. I'm gonna have donkeys. I'm gonna have blind donkeys. I'm gonna have hearing impaired donkeys. I'm gonna have donkeys in wheelchairs. I just want chickens and donkeys and tomatoes and banana peppers. It's gonna be a whole thing. It's gonna be called the Donkey Farm. I'm gonna build a house in the middle of 163 acres and shoot anybody who tries to come and see me. Maybe that's why God won't let me win Powerball. So he's like, well, you had me up until you were gonna shoot anybody who tried to come see you. Does anybody else have 1,000 packs of these in their house? I bought them today and I was like, you know damn well you don't need no damn ornament hooks. We're about to make some noise, y'all. Maybe I should start like a trash. There's just like, I'm just piling up trash over here. The dog's on the move again. Leanne, if you wanted to, you could make it and freeze it. You don't have to can it. I don't do that because my freeze is full of chickens. Oh Lord, y'all know I'm gonna struggle with this. Hold on. Okay, oh, that wasn't too bad. I don't love that these are metallic, but I'm also not gonna paint these. Well, I guess you know what, I could take them outside and spray them with like a matte coat, but I don't know about all of that. I think that's my goal for next year is to have a tree that, like, not that I've made everything, but that I've altered you know, like I'm making some ornaments and like just that I've done something to all of these. You know, everything that I do on my tree next year, I want it to be something that I've made or like made over, you know, like painted ornaments and what are you doing, business dog? You don't know why we're not in bed. He says it is 7:34. We should have been in bed 4 hours ago. You stretching? No crying, no fussing. Yo, we struggling. We struggling. Which I think my Christmas tree from 20 I didn't do 22, so it must have been my Christmas tree from 2021. I think almost everything on there was either made from like just completely handmade or altered in some way. All right, that didn't work. Let me just try to do this. This will probably be easier. I'm trying to keep it simple, but at the same time, I feel like I'm going to go to put these on a tray and be like, that's not working for me. But the cinnamon's a good idea. Yeah, 2020. 2019 was the rose gold tree. Remember that with it had like 700 ornaments on it? 2020 was rose gold. 2021 was peppermint. 2022 was no. 2022 was last year. I didn't do a tree last year. So it must have been 208, 2000, 218. 2018 was rose gold. 2019 was no. I'm so confused. It was rose gold in 18, peppermint in 19. No. Rose gold in 19, peppermint in 2020, and then the colorful tree in 22. No, 21, because I didn't do a tree last year. I did my little vintage tree. Well, a lot of the stuff on the peppermint tree was handmade too. You know, made all those ornaments, the big candy sticks. Oh, the colorful tree was the one that had the beach balls in it. All the stuff of that tree is still in the hallway. Because I was going to film a video where I was like, I need to take all this crap and turn it into a wreath. Yeah, that was a colorful tree. The balls and the paper ornaments. I actually, when I was at Hobby Lobby, some of the money that I spent on nonsense things was for next year's tree. Because once Hobby Lobby hits that 50% off sale, it's over. Like, you better get what you needed before then. Yeah, you got like the green ones with the lace. It's so weird to be using red because I'm not like a red for Christmas person. Normally, my mom has her tree up. Um, and she's like, I think I'm not. I think I'm just gonna leave the lights on it this year. I was like, that's fine. I mean, that was my plan because I told my mom I was like, the amount of time I spent putting the lights on this tree, like this is a 2-year process now. Like it's gonna be put the lights on 1 year and then next year I'll figure out decoration for it. I think the colorful tree was like my favorite tree I've done since I've been on YouTube. But I like the peppermint tree too. And I really like the rose gold tree was I was like, you really did this. Like I went all out for that tree. I don't know how I managed that because I didn't have any money at the time. I think I spent like $30 on that tree and everything else was like clearance stuff. I swear to God, if I go outside and I don't know what this noise is. Probably a psycho killer. Run, run, run. All right, so I have 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So let's try this now. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. One more for luck. And y'all know as soon as that bell hit the floor, the dog was out of here. Business, why don't you go investigate what all that noise is outside? Because I don't really feel like getting murdered today. Oh. We almost done, and that's good because my battery's almost dead. Y'all, we made us a mess load of ornaments today. Hey, Bettina. He's like, I ain't going outside and getting murdered. I don't know what it is about that dog, but he hates getting murdered. I told him the other day I was getting a cat for Christmas. Yeah, I think it's going to be a nice contrast to the bees. Also, if I end up liking them, that means I don't have to do anything else to them, and I'm about that. Darlene, I want to have a tree. Like I have a pretty big collection of vintage ornaments. Um, I would love to have a tree one day that was just like, like the shiny bright ornaments, the indents. And with this new skinny tray I have, I'm probably pretty close to being able to fill it. I bought some ornaments last year. It was after Christmas. They are these huge. I mean, they're. You know what? Let me get them. Hold on, because I see them right here. Oh, good. I knocked a bunch of crap over. Oh, and I'm falling over. Look, this is wild to me. Like, wait, hold up. Like, I saw these and I was like, oh my god. These are too little. I got these from just an antique store when I went shopping. But these are too like shiny bright. I'm trying to see what the cap says. Yeah, these are both from West Germany. But look at this box, y'all. If I can get it open. Oh, the box just kind of fell apart, but Look how big these are for vintage ornaments. And I love the like I would never like try to like clean like I love the patina on these. These are from Poland. Hi. Trying to serve looks in this ball. Yeah, I think these were like $12. I was like, are you serious? Yeah, I'm hoping to go back to that antique store I got these from, and they had some good stuff there. Oh, I'm just trying to look good, even though I don't have any hair on. I forgot these were in there. Is that the Valentine's tree from Pipe Cleaners? Wasn't it Valentine's? Let me try to get these back up here without hurting myself or somebody else. But most importantly, without breaking any of those ornaments. Look, here she is right here. It's not a Timu wig. But look, it's a Timu wig block. What? Look at her. She just had a fresh wash. Timu got everything. Timu's got the hookup for whatever you need. And if you can't find it, you just need to message them and be like, hey, why do you have so many rope toys over here? Are you a hoarder? He says as he just pulls wigs and wig blocks and vintage ornaments out from thin air. I love stuff like that. I like as much as I complain about Goodwill, I love finding um like things that people have like made. Oh, is it going to be better for you to move this dog, y'all? His bed started off on one side of the living room. He done moved it all the way to the other side now. Is that better? Give me this bed. Let me move it right here so I can look at you. Lay right there. He's like, I'm moving. You keep dropping crap on my head. What are we doing here? What's going on with that? Am I done with the glue gun? Can I turn it off? Yes, I'm done with the glue gun. I think if I ever buy a farm, like that'll be one of the things that I would like love to do is like have a bunch of land, like plant a bunch of pumpkins, and then be like, hey, come pick a pumpkin. Like you don't have to pay for it. Like just come and like have a good memory. It'll be the one day of the year I don't shoot people who come on my property. Or like growing a bunch of flowers to bring to like an old folks home or something like that. Or hospitals, like that's what I want. I just want pretty things and to be nice to people. I would be the worst kind of millionaire. They'd be like, I know I won $193 million in the Powerball, but $5 for Pepsi Max? I don't think so. I watch all these people on YouTube that do homesteading, and they're like, that like they're like feeding the pigs, and like they have all these cute little pigs, and they're like, the kids are in there playing with the pigs, and I was like, you do know those pigs are going to be turned into bacon, right? Like I couldn't do that. Like even with like chickens, like I don't know, like I know you don't have like a, it's not like a pet. I mean, I couldn't eat business because he'd probably just be stringy. Um, but like I don't think I could like I don't think that I could raise a bunch of chickens and then be like um I don't think that I could raise chickens and then be like, well, it's time for me to kill all my chickens and put them in the freezer. And I know like you could have somebody do that for you, but I don't know that I could. I don't know that I could care for something for however many weeks and then be like, well, all the chickens got processed today. No, I was talking to my mom. She's like, I know how to kill a chicken. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, my grandma taught me how to kill chickens. And I was like, for fun? What are you talking about? Like, is that something you need to tell me? But she said they used to go into the city on a Sunday, get up, go into the city, and they sold live chickens at the corner at the circle store. Um, and you would go and you'd say, I want that chicken, and you'd bring it home and wring its neck and pluck it and cook it for dinner. And I was like, what? Can you imagine? Like, you know how many vegetarians we would have if you had to do that today? But I would like to raise turkeys. Like I would have chickens for eggs, but I see all these things like where people are like, oh yeah, my chicken stopped laying, so we had to get new ones. Like I couldn't get rid of like if I had these chickens for like 3 or 4 years, however long they would be laying for, I'd be like, okay, y'all are gonna move to like the coop where y'all just like hang out until you die, and then I'll bring in new chickens that lay eggs. I wouldn't like. How do you get rid of a bunch of old chickens that don't lay eggs anymore? Or do you have them lay eggs for however many years, and then once they stop laying, you stew them? I don't. I couldn't do that. I'd be like, nope. You know what? You gonna go to the nice chicken retirement farm underneath this tree. Y'all don't have to worry about me stealing y'all eggs anymore because y'all all dried up. Yeah, I'm gonna work on being a farmer. Well, I mean, like I get it where it's like you're not gonna if you're raising chickens for eggs or for meat or whatever, like if you have chickens for eggs, it doesn't make sense to keep feeding them once they stop giving you eggs. So it makes sense to turn them into food. And like I understand that. I'm just like I couldn't do that. I'd be like, that is my friend. I can't do it. But unfortunately, even though I have a Christmas tree that looks like I live on a farm, I don't. Yet. Pretty soon now. I found a farm. It was $3.5 million on 162 acres of land in Slidell, and I said that is the one I need. Mom said, "Why do you need stables?" And I said, "Because I need stables for the donkeys. I'm not gonna make the donkeys just sit outside." Okay, so we have walnuts. Let's do a review. Walnuts with glue on them, and then sparkly jangly belt. Wait, can I? Because I'm a farmer, Bettina. I'm a farmer stuck in a city boy's body. Corns. Oh, yeah, the little I know y'all not gonna be able to see that, but the little ball in here is like red and white too. That's cute. Are they all like that? Yeah. These don't have a good jangly sound though. I want tinkly jangly. I don't want you know what? I'm gonna save these and I'm gonna put them around my donkey's neck so I know when they come in. And then we have like 150 orange slices. Yeah, I have like mad respect for the people who like because I watch some of the homestead people. I watched one this morning. She's like, "This is how my kids do all their chores before they and still manage to get to work at and still manage to get to school at 8 a.m." These kids are up at like 6 o'clock in the morning, like milking cows and stuff, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Thank God that was not me," because I would have been like, "That's a full." They do a full day of work before they go to school. You know what, Darlene? Before I buy my farm on 163 acres in the middle of nowhere, I'm gonna come spend a weekend with you, and you can teach me how to be a farmer. I would also want a cow, but I wouldn't want to milk the cow. I would just want the cow to hang out. I don't drink enough milk to have a cow. Do they have cows that just make butter? Somebody, see if we can get that done. See, that's the thing. I'm already up at 4 or 5 a.m. I don't want to be outside in the cold milking a cow. I mean, these kids are like, they get up, they're like half asleep. They're putting on like their snow clothes and all this stuff, and they go outside. They're feeding the pigs, and I'm like, oh my god. Listen, most days I got up for school and I was like, I can't believe I have to take a shower and fix my hair. That's too much. Let's make that my goal for 2024 is to start a donkey sanctuary. I think the channel I watch is it's Homesteading with the Zimmermans. They're former Mennonite in I think they're in Ohio or Idaho, one of those corn states. Um, but she's got a bunch of kids because all these homesteading people, they have so many kids. I'm like, how like I grew up in a family with 3 kids and I was like, that is too many. Both of my sisters, not necessary. Um, they have so many kids, but she's got a thing where like I think like they switch off like 2 of the kids, one of the older kids and one of the younger kids will like they'll get breakfast ready, but while all the other kids are outside doing the outside chores. And then like the next week it'll be 2 other kids. Like it's really interesting the way she has it um like worked out so where they can do all this stuff and then they had to sit down and have dinner breakfast together every morning and all this is before 8 a.m. It's Ohio, Idaho, Iowa. Yeah, but I told my mom, I was like, I just want to grow up and be like an old Mennonite lady. Like that's what like what a bunch of donkeys and some chickens that lay fancy eggs and close enough to Walmart so I can go buy my own chicken. But a lot of those people like they'll like pay somebody else to raise like a cow for them. Then you have an entire freezer full of cow. And I don't need enough cow. But I do eat a lot of chicken. All right, y'all. I am going to call it a night because it is 8:04. The dog is exhausted. He's been laying down for however long I've been on here, 99 minutes. He's very tired from doing absolutely nothing. And tomorrow I'm going to film my decorating video and it'll be up on Wednesday. Yeah, I'm just fascinated by walnuts. Like I need to get me a walnut tree. I'm gonna have to look that up if I can. I'm gonna grow pecans and walnuts, and I'm gonna feed them to my donkeys. And I'm gonna pay somebody else to raise my chickens for me. But look at that, we got a lot done. All right, guys, I'll see you next time we do a live or on Wednesday or something. I don't have any presents or wraps. I probably won't be doing a live doing that, but I'll find something for us to do. Maybe we'll clean up all that. Wait, hold on. Maybe we'll clean up that. Look at that. Maybe we'll clean that next time. That'll be fun. All right, I'm gonna take the dog out. I'm gonna get in bed. I'm gonna watch videos about raising turkeys and all of that. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Good night. God bless. All that good stuff. No, my videos come out on Wednesday, Leanne. So they'll be the Christmas tree video Wednesday morning. All right, guys. Bye.